Karina baby, for October the 17th, we have October morning. Bright sun dawning on a damp, misty morning, farm up and yawning to milk the dairy cows. And all along the hedgerows, where berries, nuts, and seeds grow, squirrels and small mice go to gather winter stores. Let's take a look. It takes a lot to run a farm. You really do. You get up every day and you go out and you milk the cows, and then you let the hens out and you feed them, and you feed the pigs, and you feed all these animals, right? Mama got to experience what living on a farm would be like by living on a farm for a while. And it made me realize that some people really, really like animals, and they do really, really well with that. And some people like animals from a distance. I'm one of those people who are like, okay, I like animals from a distance. You know, Mama and Papa have never owned a dog together. We had a cat who was very low maintenance, and Squish absolutely loved me and adored me and would sit on my lap, and you two would, you know, just have each other and, you know, get a little bit jealous of each other. And it was super cute because Squish would sleep in your co-sleeper in your bedroom and sleep in your little lamb chair, and you'd push him off and, you know, come up and try to cuddle with me, and you'd push him away. But your first sign when you were a baby was cat. So you did love him. You guys loved each other very much. It was just every once in a while you guys would push each other away. So this is Mickey and Friends, Mickey's Slumber Party. Let's see what's going on. Look at this artwork in this book. It's beautiful. Mickey's Slumber Party. Pluto, I have a wonderful idea, Mickey Mouse said on a rainy afternoon. Let's invite our friends over for a slumber party tonight. Pluto barked happily. They had been stuck inside all day, and he was ready for some excitement. While Mickey called his friends, Pluto dragged sleeping bags and pillows into the living room. Soon he and Mickey were ready for the party. I like Pluto helping. He's such a good doggy. I never understood how Pluto couldn't do everything that every other character could do. Now he was just a doggy. Daisy, Minnie, and Donald arrived just as the rain began to come down harder. I brought hot cocoa, Minnie said, pulling out a thermos and marshmallows and mini marshmallows. Just the thing for a rainy day like this, Mickey said. Guiding his friends into the warm fireplace. Guiding his friends to the warm fireplace, he poured a mug for each of them. Daisy looked around. "Where's Goofy?" she asked. Mickey frowned. "He couldn't make it," he said. You used to love hot cocoa and marshmallows. You used to like the marshmallows a lot. You used to love soup, all kinds of things. You always loved all. And your favorite was always spaghettis. All right. Outside, the wind was blowing hard enough to make the trees sway. Storm clouds covered the moon. Bolts of lightning zapped through the darkness, illuminating the raindrops splashing down. "You know what it's the perfect weather for?" Mickey asked. "Scary stories, and I know just one to tell." As the friends got comfortable, Mickey turned off the lights and began his story. Not long ago, in a village not far from here, there lived a young man who wanted to be a magician. The villagers laughed and told him that his magic wasn't real. But he worked hard, and finally he was able to make things disappear. The villagers still did not believe in his magic. When he made things vanish in front of them, they accused him of tricking them. The magician was angry that no one believed him, and so he began to make the villagers disappear one by one. Soon everyone in the village had disappeared, but the magician had grown to enjoy making people vanish. So now he wanders the land looking for more victims. He points his long arms at one, and he sees and says, "Boom!" A huge crack of thunder shook Mickey's house, and the door flew open. The great gust of wind blew out the fire, and everyone screamed, "Ah!" "It's okay," Mickey reassured them as he got up to close the door. "It's just the wind." He tried to flick on the light, but nothing happened. The storm must have knocked out the power. "I'll go find some flashlights," Minnie giggled. "I was so caught up in Mickey's story, I thought it was the magician coming through the door." Look at that. Soon Mickey came back with a candle. "This is the only thing I could find," he said. "I don't know where all the flashlights could be. Mickey, where's Pluto?" Daisy looked at the candle lit up the circle. The four friends looked around, but Pluto was gone. "Pluto!" they called. There was no answer. The friends got up and began to look around. Donald even opened the front door and shouted into the rain, "Pluto! Pluto!" Maybe it really was the evil magician who caused the lights to go out, Daisy whispered, and he made Pluto vanish. "Don't be silly, Daisy," said Minnie, looking around nervously. "That was just a story Mickey made up to scare us. Right, Mickey?" Just then the door to the basement cracked open. Mickey, Donald, Daisy, and Minnie jumped and turned in time to see a floating white shape enter the room. "It's a ghost!" Donald cried. He's going to get us," Daisy gasped, hugging Minnie. The white sheet slipped to reveal the familiar face. It was Pluto. Mickey said happily, going to help his friends. Pluto had gone to the basement to find flashlights. His mouth was full of them. Daisy hugged Pluto as he and Mickey passed out the flashlights. "I'm so glad you're safe," she said. "We've been scaring ourselves with silly things while you were gone. We thought that the evil magician made you disappear." "I thought I've had enough scary stories for one night," Mickey said. "What should we do now?" "I know," Minnie said. "Since we have all the flashlights, why don't we make shadow puppets?" "That sounds like fun," Donald said. "How do you make them?" "I'll show you," Minnie replied. Oh, they're so happy to see Pluto. Minnie helped Donald move his hands into the particular shape. Then Mickey held up the flashlight behind them, and the shadow turtle appeared on the wall. "Wow!" exclaimed Donald. He moved his fingers, and the turtle's head bobbed up and down. "Daisy held her hands like this," Minnie said. When Pluto raised his flashlight behind them, a rabbit appeared next to the turtle. Daisy wiggled her fingers, and the rabbit's ears moved. "Now we can act out a story of the tortoise and the hare," Minnie said with a smile. See the turtle and the hare? Turtle and the rabbit? As Minnie began to tell the story, Donald and Daisy moved their shadow puppets on the wall. Just then, a bright flash of light lit up the whole living room, replacing the shadow puppets with the shadow of a huge, long-armed figure standing in the front door. "It's the evil magician!" Donald shouted. Mickey and Pluto swung their flashlights around to see a frightening figure. Who do you think it is? Gouache, Goofy said as he stepped through the door, taking off his wet poncho. I didn't mean to scare you, but it turns out I can only join you for the slumber party after all. Say, who turned off the lights? Mickey told us a story about an evil magician who makes people disappear, Minnie said. We thought you were him. That sounds scary, Goofy said. I know another scary story if you want to hear it. No, the friends all shouted together. Goofy held up his guitar. How about a few songs instead, he asked. Minnie nodded. I think a song along is much safer than telling stories. She said. Mickey lit the fire again, and as the wind and thunder calmed outside, the friends sang together. And it was just Goofy. See, Goofy's a doggy, and Pluto's a doggy, but Pluto is an actual doggy who just acts like a doggy. And they are singing songs together, having fun. Soon everyone was yawning. The friends snuggled up in their sleeping bags. Good night, everyone, Mickey said. And with the sound of soft rain falling, filling the room, they all fell asleep. Aww. See, they had a lot of good friends. Karina, baby, I love you, and I miss you so incredibly much, honey. I have a cold, so Mama had to get a tooth out, and so because of that, I'm a little behind on the stories. And I've been super, super busy, honestly. But I do love you, and I do miss you. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be very soon, and I can't wait to just make up for all of this stuff, all this lost time. Mama had you every second of the day, honey. I took you everywhere. I did everything with you. You are my baby. You are my daughter. And I love you. I love you so much. I always will. I hope that you know how incredibly loved you are. Everyone from the moment that they're born is incredibly loved. It's just this overwhelming amount of love that parents have for their children. And you are just so blessed because you are so loved, baby. I miss you so much. Let's do we sit and watch the rain as it falls from the sky. And we are glad to be inside where it is warm and dry. Oh yes, I do love the rain. It keeps the earth so clean and helps the pretty flowers grow from the mountains to the streams. Karina, I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you soon.